Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how we're going to make really cute magnetic bookmarks using Canva and Cricut Design Space. These are really cute little bookmarks that just have a little magnet inside, and these are really cute for using yourself or for gifting to people. The supplies we're going to be using are 200 GSM photo paper. I have got some laminating sheets. Now I've just got the white laminating sheets, however you can use patterned or sparkly laminated sheets and they look amazing as well. We have some self-adhesive magnets. I've got some scissors and a burnishing tool. I have some smaller magnets, some really small little circular magnets, and some glue dots, because you can actually use the smaller circle magnets if you prefer, and they're the ones that I've used inside of this bookmark, so you can use those as an alternative as well. But today I'll be showing you how to use the square magnetic magnets. All the items that I'm using today will be linked down in the description. First thing we need to do is head over to Canva and find a design that we'd like to use for our bookmarks. To get started inside of Canva, we just need to head over to custom size. I'm going to select a 2 by 2 inch square, and that's going to allow us to pop our designs onto it. To find our designs, select elements, and at the top I'm just going to type in a ghost, and where it says graphics we are going to select see all. Then we're just going to scroll down and see if there's any ghost designs that we like. So I quite like this one, so we'll pop that one on our canvas to start with, and then to use that little ghost we are going to select share, and then we need to select download, and we want it to be a PNG, and we also want it to have a transparent background. As we can see here, there is a little crown symbol, and that means that the transparent background is a Canva Pro feature. If you don't currently use Canva Pro and you would like to give that a try, then I've popped a link down in the description. If you click on the link, that will give you a free 30-day trial to Canva Pro, where you can try out this feature and any of the other amazing features that are available inside of Canva Pro. Once we've selected transparent background, select download, and that will pop that now into downloads. Now you've got your ghost design, that's great. You need to now look for other designs that you can use to make some really cute bookmarks, because I would recommend that you make multiple bookmarks at once to use up all the space that you're going to have on your paper, as this is the most cost-effective way of making them. Once you've selected all the designs you're going to use, we now need to head to Cricut Design Space to start putting together our bookmarks. Now we're in Cricut Design Space, head over to blank canvas, and then on the sidebar we are looking for uploads. Head over to upload image, and now we're going to browse images, and now we're going to upload the designs that we have just downloaded in Canva. So this was one of mine. I selected a book, and there we can see now that's what our book's going to look like. We're going to apply and continue, and we want it to be a flat graphic for print and cut, and we are going to upload that, and I'm going to repeat this now for my other 2 designs as well. Now we have our 3 designs inside of Cricut Design Space. We need to change the height of them, so I'm going to make them all to be 2.5 inches, as I think that makes a nice size for the bookmarks. Now we've got our designs to the size we want, we just need to set an offset, so we can click on offset, and we can see now that that's given us a 0.180, so that's quite nice. So we're going to click apply, and the offset is quite dark, so I'm now going to change that, and I want my offset to be white because I don't really want it to be, I don't want it to be too noticeable. And then we just need to attach the design and the offset together, and we're going to do the same with the penguin. We'll give that the same offset, and again we'll change the colour to be white, and we need to attach them together. Same with the goat. Now we've got our 3 designs, we now need to duplicate them. Now they've all got the offset on them as well. And one of the designs we're going to flip vertically, so that's going to give us 2 of our images, but make one of them upside down. Super duper, that's looking really good now. Now we need to head to shapes, and we need to just get a rounded rectangle, and we're going to change the size of this one to be 1 inch wide, and we're going to unlock it because we want it to be 2 inches high. There we go. We're just going to leave that dark for the moment, and what we're going to do is we're just going to place that in the middle, and this is what's going to be the part of the bookmark that folds over. So we just need to place that where we think we want it to be. Then we're going to duplicate this before we do anything and duplicate it again. When you're happy with it, we're going to change the colour and also make that white. You need to arrange that and send to the back. So there we can see now the bookmark is over the top of it. Then we're going to select all of that and we need to align it, and we're going to centre it horizontally, although that has just moved that a little bit, so you might just need to adjust that back. And then we're going to attach all of that together to make that now one design. We're going to repeat that process now with the penguin and the ghost bookmarks as well. Now we've created each of our bookmark designs, we now need to select them all and flatten them to make them print then cut. So we're going to select all of the image, and down at the bottom here we can see flatten, and then it's now changed that to be a print then cut, which is what we want. So we're going to do the same with the penguins and flatten that one, and same with the ghost and flatten that one. Now we can see we've just got 3 print then cut files. Now we've got our 3 designs looking really cute. We're now ready to head over to make it, and now we can see that they are all on the same sheet of paper. Don't worry that you can't see the white rectangle in the middle, that is still there, believe me. First thing we need to do for print and cut is we need to send it to the printer to print out our designs. To do this, select send to printer, and it's just giving us a bit of advice on the center marks will be added, and click next. I'm going to select my Canon printer because that's what I'm going to use for these bookmarks, and we're going to select print. Now it just wants us to verify print quality, and that's fine. We're going to select done. Now that our designs are printed, all we need to do now is select our material, and then we can prepare our mat ready for cutting. I'm going to select heavy cardstock because I am using 200 GSM photo paper, so I'm also going to set the pressure to be more. Now we've got our design and it's all printed out, we now need to add a laminating sheet onto the top. So here I've got some laminating sheets that I just purchased from Amazon, but like I said, all the items that I've used today will be down in the description. We're just going to take one of the laminating sheets and we're going to place it on the top. Sometimes Cricut struggles to recognise the registration marks if it's been covered over, so we need to trim down the laminating sheets so that it just sits inside of the registration marks, and that way Cricut should be able to cut it. If you do have any issues, your laminating sheets go over the registration marks, then using a Sharpie to go over them sometimes can help. So I'm just going to make a small cut where I want it to be, and then I will pop it in the paper trimmer. Doesn't matter if it's not cut perfect, it just needs to cover all of the designs that you have created. Now we've trimmed down the laminating sheets, we're just going to peel off the back slowly. I'm just going to peel down some of the back carefully and fold over just to make a small area where we can see the laminating sheet like that. This bit is really tricky, so take your time. Then we're going to place it onto the top of our design, keeping it as flat as possible. And then using our burnishing tool, we're just going to press it down firmly, and then we're going to keep slowly pulling the laminating sheet back whilst using the burnishing tool to keep pressing it down really flat because we don't want any creases. And that's how it's looking now we've added the laminating sheet. We have got a small little air bubble or something there, but hopefully that won't be affected too much once it cuts it out. Now we need to pop this onto our Cricut mat ready to cut. So we're going to take the Cricut cutting mat. I'm just using a standard grid mat. I'm just going to place this down in the top corner like it's suggested, and it's looking for the little arrow there to be in the top corner so Cricut can read the registration marks and cut it out. I'm going to pop that now into my Cricut Maker and we are going to get that cut. As the materials we're cutting through are quite thick, because it's quite thick photo card, and with the laminating sheet on as well makes it that little bit thicker, it is best that before you remove the mat from the cutting machine that you just check that it has actually cut through. If you find that any part it hasn't, then don't remove the mat, just press Cricut button again and it will do another cut, and then that'll make sure that it's cut out perfectly. Mine's cut out okay, and now I'm just going to fold my mat over to try and prevent any curling of my bookmarks. And that's how our 3 bookmarks are looking now they've just come off the Cricut mat. And as we can see now, the offset has just allowed it to pop a border around so that it doesn't cut too close to your original design. And again, it's up to you how thick or how thin you actually have your border. Next thing we need to do then is take our magnetic squares, and they are quite large and quite chunky and they do take up quite a bit of space. So I'm just going to cut mine in half, and then what I found is best to do is to peel the backing paper off one of the magnets and pop it where you want it to be on your bookmark, and then pop the other magnet on the top. This won't go on perfect because of how the magnets polarize together, but that's okay because it is going to be one side of each page, and as long as the majority of the magnets are connecting, it will be fine. Then we're going to peel off the back of the second magnet, making sure they stay as in line as possible. Then we're going to carefully fold over our magnet, going to line up the bottom of it, and then we're going to press it down, and that's going to attach the second magnet to our bookmark. And then we're just going to keep squeezing up, and that will give us our perfect fold at the top. And if you want, you can just give it a press down with the burnishing tool. And that's how we're going to assemble our really cute little bookmarks. Like I showed you earlier, you can use the really small tiny little magnets, but I'm not the biggest fan of those. I don't think they are the safest, and I don't think they stick on as well either with the glue dots. But again, the preference is yours. I like these ones. I think they're just a lot more user friendly. It does look a lot bulkier when you use the smaller rounder magnets as well. But that's how you can make your own really cute laminated magnetic bookmarks. I think these are great if you just want to use them yourself. I also think they're really great if you want to gift them. And in my next video, I'm going to show you how you can make really cute backing cards. So if you wanted to sell these, or if you did want to gift them, then we can make really cute little backing cards that you could then package up either with a small cello bag, or you could wrap it in some cute tissue paper and gift it to somebody, and that would look really cute, especially if there's some book lovers that you know that absolutely love to read. Then this would be the most perfect gift. So tune in next week for the video on how to make the backing cards. But I really hope you enjoyed my tutorial on how you can make cute magnetic bookmarks at home using Canva and Cricut. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.